20 after 8, and I have made it to the Rain Lake access point. Looks pretty calm so far. Small end of the lake. I don't know what it's like in the main body, but I don't think it'll be too bad. So I left this morning at 3:30 in the morning from Belleville, give or take, and I made it here. I've been here probably about 10 minutes, so just after 8 o'clock really is when I got here. Okay, so I'm about to disembark on my first solo camping trip in Algonquin. So it's right now it's scheduled for 6 days, 5 nights. I should be able to do that no problem. So the weather right now, it's about 11 degrees Celsius, which is fairly cool for this time of year. But the weather forecast looks like it's going to be good, somewhere between 20 and 27 degrees every day, around 10 to 15 degrees at night. So, and they're not calling for rain until, I believe, Tuesday, and it's not even going to be that much. So, anyway, I got to pack up and hit the lake. Alright, 9 a.m. I'm getting into the Rain Lake proper. Alright, it is 10 to 10. I've been here for probably 5 or 6 minutes pulling the canoe out. Quite rocky. By yourself, I backed it in because I didn't know how shallow it was, but just takes a little bit of posturing, and then you got to put the boat somewhere where it won't float away while you're taking bags off and throwing them on the rocks. Anyway, so I've got everything out of the boat. I'm just about to pack up, load up, and then I think it's a 315 or something portage from Rain Lake, which you're looking at, into Sawyer. Okay, so it's 10 after 10, or 6 after 10. By the time I loaded the boat, put the boat down, and loaded it back up, and did the portage, basically 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Not bad. So this is the put-in from the portage from Rain Lake into Sawyer, and I don't know how I'm going to do this right now. Very shallow. I'm going to have to wade it out probably to about here and then load it. So I bought a kayak paddle. It's working quite well. I have a lot of control and I can generate a lot of speed, so maybe I'll take some video of me paddling, but it works great. So this is how I have it loaded for a solo. So just a fishing pole on the back. I sit in the front seat facing the stern. I have the food bag here in the middle and my bag in the front, and I actually have a dry bag that I attach to the handle. I put some water in it, close it up, and then clip it around the handle, and it just keeps the bow down. So between the two bags and that bag, it's perfect. So anyway, time to do Sawyer Lake. Okay, 10:30, 20 minutes to paddle Sawyer, and it's a nice little lake. I think there's a couple campsites. 2 or 3, but and they're all, I want to say there's one over here somewhere, maybe just around the corner over here, but you can see one on the far shore, and then there's another one that I paddled past once I came in. But nice beautiful sandy put in. These ones make loading and unloading super easy. And then we're headed up that way. I think it's a 550 meter portage, something like that. But just a gorgeous day. A couple gusts here and there, but paddling's been pretty easy. Okay, it's 10 after 11. I've now paddled around to the end of Jubilee. So basically, it's just a tiny little lake, like an elbow of a lake. I basically swung around this corner, and I'm just sitting at the portage. Again, nice sandy beach. So, especially solo, makes it very easy. So normally I go out of Cedar Lake, north end of the park. I'm not used to seeing this many people. Pretty much every campsite, maybe every other campsite you pass, there's people set up. Not many people on the water. It was Canada Day yesterday. Today is July 2nd. So a lot of people came to the park, which is nice to see. But I think they're just paddled in yesterday or the day before, and they're just relaxing for the weekend. They're not moving around much, which is fine, which is good, but not what I'm into. So we're, I don't know, maybe a third, approaching a halfway through the day. Making great time, faster than I thought I would. The portages are a little difficult because I leave my life jacket on, I put the food bag on the front, my bag on the back, and carry the canoe. Basically I was just doing it to save time, but I don't know if I need to all the time. I could probably double carry a couple because I'm way ahead of schedule. But this portage here is I think a 440 or a 450. I'm gonna single carry that, no problem. The rest of the portages today are pretty easy, except there's a kilometer into Misty, so it's at the end of the day. So we'll do a time check. If I've got tons of time, maybe I'll just double carry it, and then I'm not going to kill myself before I get to the campsite. We'll see. Alright, 11:37. I've done the portage from Jubilee into Juan. Not a very big lake. Haven't looked at the map yet. Like, I don't know if I'm heading in this direction or that direction. I'm assuming that direction. So I have the map in front of me here. So far, that's the Rain Lake access point. I paddled Rain Lake, did the 310 into Sawyer, did the 550 into Jubilee, I did the 450 into Juan. So it is a, let me get focus here, it is a tiny lake. And it actually looks like I'm going straight across to the right. 185 should be easy, and then a bit of a paddle into Moccasin, 440 into Bandit, 540 into Winona, 370 into Muslim, a kilometer into Misty, and I'm going to try and post up here this evening because tomorrow I'm going down through Timberwolf. So we are here, and we're trying to get to there. Not even noon yet. So, first solo trip I've ever done, but this is all new to me. Tons of people. That last portage, so from Jubilee into Juan, passed a couple going down, and when I got to the put-in where I am now, there's a gentleman coming out, just picking up and about ready to start the portage. Every campsite I pass, you know, you give a wave. Like I said, it is Canada Day yesterday, so everyone's pretty happy and friendly. Alright, 12:30 in the afternoon, and like, I am not even paddling. The wind has picked up. It's mostly at my back, so it's not too bad. Like, it's just helping with the paddle. Like, I'm not even paddling right now and I'm moving pretty good. You can see the blaze there in front of you. So that is the Moccasin Lake to Bandit Lake portage. It's just another little guy, like 450. Let me get 440 in the Bandit. Making good time. Again, I saw 5 canoes on Moccasin, and actually there's somebody right there. Alrighty. Alright, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and this seems to be a very beautiful little lake. This is Bandit Lake. I just did the 540, I think, or 440 from Moccasin into Bandit. And a couple more lakes to go. Still. Okay, 2 o'clock. One more lake to pass through. So I'm looking from the portage into Muslim from Winona. So this is looking back down Winona. I passed 2 boats, full young girls, and I managed to pass the 2 war canoes with the Dutchman. So I don't know if they stopped at that site. Yes. They took the site on Winona, which is nice, so I don't have to keep working around them on the portages. I single carried the last one, the 550, just so I could get by them. And the portage before that, I think it was a 440 into Bandit. I did the like 1.5 carry, so I carried the bags to the top of the hill, or what I perceived to be the top of the hill. Went back, got the boat, and then carried everything basically down the hill. Worked out well. And then earlier in the day, I can't remember which one, but I completely double carried a small one, so that I could eat my lunch on the way back to get the canoe. So I didn't stop to eat lunch, I just ate it on the walk back. And into Muslim, it's a small lake, and then it's so this one's a 370 into Muslim, and then it's a tiny lake, and then it's a big one. It's a kilometer and a bit. So depending on time, like I said earlier, might be a full double carry. We'll see. Alright, 2:30. I'm done the portage into Muslim. So basically this is it. Portage is going to be like right down there somewhere. So basically my entire late morning, afternoon, I think I just ate a bug. Lakes like this. So little portages, you know, 350 to 550. Just from little lake to little lake. So, pretty tired. So far, bugs haven't been too bad. There's less of them than the last trip, but they're, I think they're thirstier. Starting to get blown down the lake here. So I'm paddling with the wind, which is nice, but I'm still pretty tired. Just carrying everything yourself, food bag, everything. I've packed pretty light. It's just, you know, the necessities and the food for 6 days is pretty heavy. So anyway, I'm gonna make short work of this, and then I have a kilometer, and then I'm into Misty. So hopefully the campsite I want is available, and I can just make a beeline there, and I'm pretty excited for dinner tonight. Bye for now. Alright, so it's 3 o'clock. I did the same thing, carried the bags to the top of the hill, except there really was no hill on this one. I think it's all downhill. So I walked to what I thought was about half, went back, got the canoe. Now I'm going to single carry it the rest of the way. So 3 o'clock, I'm hoping to be done this by 3:30, hopefully into my campsite by 4, and then in bed pretty early tonight. I've been up since 3 a.m. So I'm ready to eat and relax and hit the hay. 20 after 3, and we have made it home for the night. This is an absolute gorgeous lake, Misty Lake. Okay, 10 after 4. I'll show you on the map where I am and how I got here. Tad windy on Misty, all coming from behind me though, so I flew down the lake, but every now and again I had to fight it. I'll walk out later, maybe get the sunset off. It's all rock down the front. I got some on the GoPro, but I'll likely set up maybe a time lapse or something down there later. Anyway, so there's the portage from Muslim into Misty. I was going to stay at this campsite and then do this portage, but the waves were just pounding in this direction, so I kind of paddled out and then just rode them, and then I said screw it, I'll come up into this channel and then I'll just paddle around, do this small portage and come back into Timberwolf. So anyway, I am here, that one right there, and all of these are taken, some of these. So I got pretty lucky with this one, and I can walk like right out to that point, so pretty sweet spot. Time to pump some water, make some dinner. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I was just lounging on my rock. This is the best site I've ever been at, by the way. And I just noticed this. Cow moose. Basically, right beside this campsite, I was looking down, seeing this canoer, and I looked over and boom. Pretty sweet. is 10 to 8. I have hung the food. The fire's gonna die down here. I'm not gonna feed it anymore. I have a full bladder of water for the morning. I love the gravity filter. I'm just packing everything up in the dry sack. I've got my book and headlamp and stuff for the tent. I'm ready to go to bed. Usually I try and get a sunset shot, but the sun's gonna go down in like an hour, and I'm gonna be in bed much before that. So it's a good day. First solo. I don't know how many kilometers it was. I'm sure I can calculate it pretty quick when I get home. Jeff's map is really good for that. I do not have the Western Jeff's map, so I think it's called the Western. So I'm just using the canoe routes of Algonquin, which is okay, but it doesn't calculate time and stuff like that. Anyway, I was happy with what I did today. I did exactly the route I had planned. I camped on the lake I wanted to. No real hiccups. I did see a ton of people, which is just different, new to me. It was fun. A couple people I met were awesome. A couple people I met were pretty inconsiderate, but different strokes for different folks, I guess. Anyway, I am beyond tired, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Wish I was too dead to cry.